Listen to this. You hear that? There's a ringing sound right here in the frame. Let's check the other side. Listen. What does Land Rover do to compensate that? They basically install this tiny weight, okay? You know the debates in the Jeep Facebook groups about weight? Well, in a Land Rover, you have enough spare weight to take out to carry basically 40 liters of water. And now to demonstrate the heaviness, okay, then stand up, grab it. Well, you got it now?
No, wait a second.
Okay, so now we can see. Okay, well, it's not bad. Okay, but you can imagine how heavy this thing is. But of course, you can also make this look real light.
It's really heavy.
It's about 12 kilos.
Yeah, at least.
And it goes in here now.
Yeah.
I don't know in what orientation. Okay. So if you ever exceed your gross weight on your Discovery, you just take these out and you got another 50 pounds to go.
It's a major act getting them out.
No. You open this bolt, you can split them apart.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't know how they are called, so I'm not able to look them up.
It's M10. 46.
46 Newton meters. You can Google that online.
I got them adjusted.
So they don't bang on.
They don't bang. If you just set them on and tighten them, they will actually bang.
So let's do the hammer test again.
Hammer test.
Do it again because I felt, but I can feel it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Christian.
What?
Before there was a shock wave, you know, like a vibration wave going through. And that is completely stiff now.
I guess this was just now a big salute to the NVH engineers of Jaguar and Land Rover from Vera.
They know what they are talking, at least some guys know what they are talking
for this
about.
tiny, minute weight, which would add in my brother's smart car about 10%.
It does make a difference, Christian. Don't even ask which day it is Christian has been painting and...
Did I say that I have a burnout syndrome?
And he won't let me do any of it. Next number. Here is my fuel bracket. And it has a hole. So that is a cross member for the transmission mount. So that is how far we got yesterday. Actually, Christian did all of that. I just cleaned. Now these pieces can be painted black, and Christian is really looking forward to a day of more painting. I did not get new sway bars.
Now she got it. Took a while. So I'm cleaning these boring small brackets. This is so annoying. I got the air tank all clean. This is the second time I'm actually painting that air tank. And I still got these to go here.
Still grinding. It's a never-ending process.
For these rubbers we got new.
Darth Vader is speaking. That's what I'm doing while Christian is grinding. Yes, for something that costs 400 euros new OEM, you might as well invest a little bit of time. I'd say half an hour or 1 hour at least. That's before and that's after.
Look how nice that looks.
Almost done.
Yeah, almost done since 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I should not be doing that. I would make a complete mess of myself.
Yeah.
I made him do those. He didn't want to have anything to do with them.
I gotta fix that hole here.
So yeah, we completely forgot about the fuel tank.
Yeah.
Look at that, how a fuel canister cleans up. Like new.
That should do it.
Oh, that looks nasty, even from the inside.
Oh, this is so precision.
He bent it to the wrong side. So that will be now the correct side, I hope. Oh, it looks so good, Christian.
Getting there.
Been going for 2 hours now. Finally. That's actually the most important side. And Christian is also ready to be done.
Yeah, I can watch my paint dry.
Oh,
That's about as exciting as a Toyota day gets.
Look at that. That was a lot of work. So you do have to be a genius if you want to save the day after your paint gun broke.
Yeah, luckily Philip drinks this stuff. I need some air in.
That's where Christian had to patch it up. Let me see if we can see. Ah, you don't see anything from the outside. That's good.
Is this art or can it go into the junk?
Now, this is a piece of art.
Let's put all components into our nicely cleaned up and organized garage for the assembly process.
Yes. I wonder if anybody knows what that is. I know what it is.
Okay, why don't we play What's This Part with Vera?
That is the EPB mounting bracket.
That's correct. Okay.
Yeah.
What is this?
These are the engine mounts.
Okay, so what's this part?
I actually do not know.
Okay.
No, I know. It's a fuel filter.
That's the fuel filter
Filter
mounting
bracket.
bracket,
Yes.
correct. What are these silver ones here? These?
These are painted with heat resistant
So they are
paint.
for the?
Heat shields.
Very well.
So he won't even let me clean the screws.
No, you're not allowed to
Oh,
do
man.
anything. The first thing we're going to do is install the differential. And that's the first component.
The rear differential.
We're going to replace here the sealing rings. This is the first step.
So I'm gonna do multi-purpose.
There you go. We're going to fill the fluids in the vehicle when everything's complete. We're not going to fill the fluids as we install components.
Yes.
So I got, of course, an installation sleeve, and I got new sealing rings. Okay, we're gonna install them dry. So nice. Such a beautiful car. There we go. Step number 1 completed.
That is not true. Let me show you. It actually started without me and installed all 4 bumper stops for the spare wheel tire. I was really upset about that. No, that's not gonna happen. Oh.
Why not? Oh, that was so easy again. Foot is stuck in my knees.
Christian, it's not high enough.
No, see, I measured it.
Oh, okay, and you're not wearing your bump hat.
No.
Oh. So we cleaned up our garage yesterday all nicely. All the parts are laid out here. Stainless steel screws. All the freshly painted parts. My engine is still sitting there. Isn't it so pretty? The steering rack, the brakes. All the tools are organized. And Christian cleaned up outside because everything was covered in a red, thick layer of rust dust. After all the grinding Christian did.
Bolt number 1 is in.
Really? I don't even know where bolt number 2 goes.
Put in bolt number 2. Watch it.
Oh.
I can do this with one hand.
Yes.
This is like assembling a Toyota. We're gonna need torque for these.
Oh.
Or we're just gonna guess it.
We're gonna guess it.
We're gonna guess it.
Yeah. Thanks to Georg Lofink, I have a second Discovery 3 workshop manual. The front rear differential mounting bolts gets torqued to 275 and the rear differential mounting bolts, there are 2 of them, get torqued to 175. 175 Newton meters.
Click.
I should torque the front one.
No, we don't want this frame to fall down on you. 275?
Yes.
Good. The wheel bearing side, we put plenty of copper grease on the spline.
And the rear diff side, we'll put regular grease on. So it gets some cleaning with Scotch Brite.
That gets regular grease because it will be flushed with oil.
I had a moment here.
Okay. Careful. I'm using the old snap ring just so that the desktop mechanics have something to write to us.
So he told me to stop recording and then it popped. Thanks, Christian.
Okay, gotta get my grinding dust out here.
Oh yes, please.
So, and that's it.
What? That was not spectacular.
No, that's not spectacular. Not everything is spectacular. We'll put some temporary torque on.
Yeah.
That's good enough for now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going?
Oh, it's in.
It's in.
Perfect.
So,
I always have to crawl down because he will not raise up the car for me.
okay. Now I did not turn these.
Wait.
And I'm gonna call them now tie rods. Okay, that's good enough for a German English speaking person.
Yes.
Oh.
They are too small. Oh, are you shitting me? Installing our freshly painted cross member. I googled M12 10.9 grade and we're gonna tighten it to 115 Newton meters.
Correct torque is 2 clickety clicks with the big ooga dooga.
Okay.
The correct torque. Of course, we're using the old bolts. This way, the car keeps its original heritage. Is that good enough of an explanation for the desktop mechanics? Should have used new bolts. So these pieces here have something to do with crash protection, I think. And mysterious crash thingies installed.
I never even noticed them before. So installing new anti-roll bar bushers from Meile. We are at our friend's place who has the big powerful hydraulic press. Perfect.
My armor is stuck. It's not funny.
Oh shit. So what are you doing?
Marking the install position so I know how to put it back in.
So that's an interesting setup. Millimeter.
It's good. It has an offset on either side.
Oh, okay, good. So the first bushing is done.
Here, check it out.
Ah, looking so good. So I only get yelled at.
Yeah, because you're not focusing.
Yes, I am. I have to do more than you do. Perfect. It's a pretty tight fit here.
The press is nicely leaking oil,
Yeah.
just like it's supposed to for making
Yeah.
Land Rover parts. We are using the heavy-duty bushings from the armored vehicle. You can see how much more material they have.
Oh,
This
yeah.
way, I'm hoping they're gonna last longer. We also run armored vehicle bushings in the front.
Yes.
So hopefully this is gonna work out in the back because it makes the vehicle a little stiffer. And there's the part number.
And we do not have the dimensions for the pressing tools. You're just gonna have to figure that out yourself, unfortunately. These are the rear upper wishbone bushings.
So removing the old one. This is
Perfect.
more dangerous than it looks.
Yeah, not because I'm here.
See, because for example I had my hand in here now.
Holy crap.
So that one was good stuck.
Yeah, oh.
So there's the old one.
Oh my. You're a bit off, yeah. Yeah, perfect. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they are separated here.
They are separated, yeah.
With a good greasing.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Ooh. That was a little too far. First one done.
Ah, looks perfect.
Looks perfect.
Ah,
Ooh, that was wrong.
that was too far.
Good enough.
Yeah, now it's perfect.
Very well done.
Yeah. And now we can go home and start mounting stuff to my frame.
This frame does have a few water pockets. One of them, for example, is here. That's where there is standing water. So we're gonna have to fix that. Then these are water pockets. The nastiest spot I found is basically this edge. And then over here on this side, check this out. This is all welded closed here. So the water gets in and it corrodes open like this. And you can see how hard that corrosion was to remove here. So I'm gonna fix that water pocket, this one. And this one is okay. You can see the water goes down into the frame and then it runs out. Corners like this are not good. You can see that, you know, the paint's never gonna creep in there all the way. But it didn't have any corrosion, probably because the engine was leaking oil here. There is a water pocket, you can see that. The welds are anyway not very clean. Probably robot welded with a bad adjustment. So this is a black colored bodyworks compound. So it's same stuff you use to glue sheet metal in the bodyworks. So I'm just gonna put plenty of this in here. There we go. It's the worst one. Just put some in there. Oh, hard to get to. There we go. So it's like a little drain now. So no more standing water in here. The really nasty ones here are fixed. This one in there is now a nice water slide instead of a water pocket. This corner is fixed. This one is fixed. There we go. Overall, this is an extremely well-made frame, even if the welds are not so nice. I think this frame can easily compete with any Toyota frame because it's completely boxed in and it's really thick. Very well reinforced, looks extremely rigid. I'm very happy with it. So now we're gonna get the height sensors back in place. They were difficult to remove because most of the bolts were so corroded that they didn't loosen up. I actually had to cut little slots in them to break them loose. So I'm gonna replace those bolts with stainless steel bolts in the same size. I found them in the internet and hopefully that's an improvement. I think that's a big improvement. So here you gotta watch out if this has play, because this rubber is kinda loose. It can cause a suspension problem. It will give you a fault. So what I do to fix this is I stick a big tie wrap through here. This tie wrap takes up the extra space. And I don't really need to tighten it, okay? And you can see, play is gone. good. So I used the power washer to clean up this wiring harness, and then I used an air nozzle and I blew out all the connectors. And I want to say, on a hot day like today with 27 degrees, I mean that's almost half the way to Australia, this should be all dry when the water on my black carpet here is dry. So I found these tie wraps which fit exactly the holes here on the frame. And I can put them in wherever the wiring harness used to have these old broken connectors. Here I take this one off, mount the cable, and it's perfect. Better than new. So I laid down the wiring harness roughly. I'm gonna fix the wiring harness as I'm fastening it down now. Then I can install the sway bar and some other stuff, because that's actually going across the wiring harness. I think they installed this very early on in the plant as well. Putting on a new heat insulation here. Okay, so I marked where my cable clip goes right here, and I have to reuse this old cable clip because I couldn't find one. Using my heat resistant Tesa tape. Tesa is a German brand, okay? And I mount this back on here. Ah, that's so satisfying. I mean, Sarah and June would be all proud of me. There we go. Installing these brackets and stuff. I'm using new stainless steel fasteners.
So Christian thinks that's all boring, but I'm actually so excited that we are finally putting back together my Discovery 3. I don't know if you're allowed to drill a hole in my frame.
Well, I guess
Now it's done.
too late now.
Oh yeah, you better do that one by hand.
So at least it's not gonna fall off.
So that's a sweet bolt. So he ordered all sort of tapes. Everything Amazon has for engine applications. Look at that here. He bought a bunch of
Look at that.
clip holders, and these are actually really, really good.
Better than it was new.
Yeah. Look at how obvious it is where the clips go. And
Yeah,
here,
it's really unbelievable.
and here,
So,
and one here.
yes. Get it exactly back to the marked spot on the dirt. Right there. If I would have cleaned the dirt off, there would be no chance to see it. So I got an excuse for everything.
My camera is overheating.
Stainless steel hardware. Stabilizer bar goes back in. My tripod got back to life.
Hey,
Yeah?
I made lunch.
Okay. I installed the sway bar. I mounted the silencer tank here.
Oh,
I mounted all those lines. All here,
Ooh.
the cables. Yeah, I need a couple of and a couple of This is...
I'm gonna plant my ass over here and film from there.
You want me to say you're gonna get my frame out of balance?
You better not.
You're gonna get footprints on my frame?
I'm sorry.
I'm actually sitting on a chair.
Yes.
And here, look who is sitting here.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna film.
And when she sits in the middle of the frame,
Yeah,
then we're not going to get any comments that the frame is going to tip over. I tell you, if you make a comment like that, she might ban you from the channel.
Yes. We did not put in new stabilizer links now because we did that a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago on the most embarrassing tooth inspection.
Exactly. Perfect.
We completed the front brake system. We got new brake lines, original ABS sensors, new union bolts here, new brake pads, everything cleaned up as good as possible. Vera is gonna wear these down in no time anyway. The wheel spacers, we're gonna read all your comments for sure, but trust me, they are really good. And we got a sticker on, and we got both sides done. So perfect. Like a brand new vehicle, right? Okay. That's where the steering wheel is, guys, okay? Don't put that steering wheel over on the other side.